Most people are rushing to buy stands and build houses in towns. But today I want to talk of something that I feel is really important and something that is really powerful. Building Kumusha. Yes, Kumusha kumaruzeva kwedu ikoko. So rural land in Zimbabwe is one of the most underrated investments right now. Especially those who are in the diaspora, this conversation is definitely for you, so you have to follow. Hey guys, my name is Taramak, and if you are watching me here for the first time, welcome, and I really appreciate you tuning into this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, you guys, you're so special to me, and I really appreciate you all for the support that you continue to give me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share our videos. And if you are someone who always watch this channel and forget to like or even leave a comment, please tendeuka. So like what the title of this video is suggesting, today we want to talk of rural land, investing in the rural. One thing that I want to do in this video is to focus mainly on the goodness, on the good part of investing in the rural. There are so many people who have been coming to my inbox asking me, Tari, I've got so and so amount of money. Do you think that if I buy a stand in Harare or any other town, it's a good investment? I'm now at my retiring age. Or someone comes and say, Tari, I have so and so amount, but I feel it's too little for me to invest in towns. Do you think if I go and invest in the rural is a good idea? Because my fear is that maybe in future I might lose my property. So guys, I'm here to answer all those questions. I'm not going to answer maybe directly to say, you approached me and said so and so, so this is the answer. I'm just going to say it in general. And if you find this helpful to you, then you're good. And if you just find this not helpful to you, then my apologies for that. So the first thing that is really important to note is that rural land is very, very affordable. There's no other place where you can find land that is affordable as compared to rural land. As I'm saying this, I'm comparing to land in the towns, and I'm also comparing to maybe plots. The advantage of buying or maybe investing in the rural is that you get a very big piece of land as compared to anywhere, and without parting ways with a large sums of money. There's a video that I once did, and I explained that if you want rural land, in most cases it's just free, because remember, this is ancestral land in most cases. So if it's ancestral land, you just go to where you come from and you just request, so and so, I'm looking for a piece of land. Maybe it's to you go to your headman, or maybe you go to some of your family members, to your relatives, and say, I'm now at the stage that I want a piece of land. This is where I was told I come from, or this is where I come from. So maybe can you assist me? And your headman or even your family members, your relatives, they will definitely give you a piece of land depending with how big your ancestral land is. And nowadays I know there are so many people who are saying, we can't go and build where we come from, we can't go and build houses where we have grown up, where our relatives are, because of so many personal reasons. And these are people that I'm seeing, especially on social media, looking for rural land in other places where they didn't grow up. So nowadays I know there are also some who are also living their own ancestral land, trying to go to other places. So you can find people like that who are living their ancestral land, trying to go to other places, and maybe you can just negotiate on the piece of land that you want. Maybe you want a 1 hectare, or someone is selling their piece of land because this is their ancestral land. So maybe someone might just say, I want so and so, I've been paying mtero ku council, I've been paying mtero ku tax kuna headman or something like that. So because of that investment that I've done on my piece of land, maybe I want so and so amount. So that amount will not even be much as compared to the money that you pay, especially if you want a residential stand in towns. So that's why I'm saying it's very, very, very affordable. And while it's very affordable, you get a very big piece of land. We talk of acres, we talk of hectares. In Harare or maybe other towns, you can only get land that is from around 100 square meters, 200 square meters going upwards, but you won't find a place or land that is close to a hectare, especially if it's in Harare or other towns. So because of that, I always advocate, if you don't have money, it's best you go and look for land in the rural. It gives you the peace of mind that you want, not worrying about paying other bills. Let's talk of paying electricity. Let's talk of paying water bills. Let's talk of any other bills that you might be supposed to pay if you are living in the rural. So yeah, it's number one advantage. Then the second thing is the issue of space and freedom. Recently, I did a video on gated communities whereby people were saying, I can't build a house in a gated community. There's too much security. There's too much limitations. There is a lot that happens in gated communities, something like that. But when it comes to rural land, there is so much freedom. Number one, remember I mentioned the land being so big. And the other thing is you have bigger space to do your projects, bigger space for your farming, bigger space for your poultry farming, everything that you want to do on that piece of land, you have the space to do so. There are no tight boundaries to say you don't have to reach this certain place, you don't have to go this. Like I'm saying, if you are someone who has got cattle, you want to herd your cattle, you can move from this village to the other village herding your cattle. There's no one who even ask you why you are doing that. And if you want to look for other things in the village, there's no one who even question why you are doing anything that you are doing. Yes, of course, the other things, maybe the headman will come and say, we don't allow A, B, C, D, but as long as you comply to what the headman of that village that you are staying in, then you are good to go. Remember, in the village, there are just some meetings that will be done here and there. Sabhuku might call, Iwewe, as someone who is staying in that village, you are supposed to attend those meetings, and failure to attend some of those meetings, that's when then they will come and say, you are not in the community, so maybe you now have to pay a fine of a certain amount or something. But other than that, rural life is free, there's too much freedom, there's too much space for you to do whatever that you feel like doing. And you can actually set up a homestead of your choice, something that you want. If you want to drill your own boreholes, you can do that. If you want to do your solar systems, you can do that. No one will even ask you, why have you done that? And one thing that I love about rural is that you can build at your own pace. No one will come and try to compete with you. You can build at your own pace. And some of the things that you use to build, it's actually absolutely free. Let's talk of river sand. Let's talk of quarry stones. You can just gather some of the guys in your rural areas. Maybe those are the people that you pay. They'll do the work for you. They'll go and find the river sand for you, even the pit sand. They will mold the bricks for you, something like that. So it will be very, very affordable. And in the rural areas, mostly people, they use farm bricks as compared to building in towns where you have to part ways with money to buy the standard bricks that you are supposed to use. We talk of red common bricks that are so popular nowadays. So these are some of the things that you just have to take note of. And one thing that is also important is that when you are building in the rural, you are not only building something that is temporary. You are building a legacy for the future. You are building security for the future. And there are so many people who have been saying, Tari, I'm very, very skeptical when it comes to building Kumusha. Why? Because I've heard of people who have been moved from their ancestral places, going to other places, and this rural land belongs to the state, and so on and so on. Yes, that's very true. Rural land, it belongs to the government, it belongs to the state, and the state can decide on what they want to do at any given time. But that doesn't have to stop you from building your own future, from building your own legacy. Like while you are looking at me right now, I'm sure I've mentioned this over and over again. When some of you guys have been mocking me and saying all bad things, saying, your English is not that good, yeah, your accent, what, and I've told you guys, I've learned my whole life, the only place, the only home that I know of is the rural. That's where I grew up, that's where I learned, and everything that I'm now doing, I've got a background of the rural. So what do I mean by this? If someone who is now old like me has been living in the rural, and my parents, they are still in the rural, and they also grew up there, it means that there is a future in the rural, and you can also create that kind of legacy for your own. If it was something like the government just decides today to say today we want to move those people who are living maybe in Chivi to go in a certain area, or those people who are living in Gutu to go to a certain area, maybe at the stage where I am now, I will be telling you right now, guys, we have been moved so many times by the government, but it has never happened to us. And where I'm talking about, it's now ages. My father is now sekuru. Inini ndatooniana vabereki vavo vakazogarawo ikoko, and you know that lineage, that history of that rural land is also something that I feel, if you want to build your own legacy, it's something that you also have to consider. And it also gives the place for you to do even your gatherings, because you can't do that mostly in towns. You know, in towns there are so many restrictions. It's so and so time you're told no loud music, no guitar noise and all that. But when you're in the rural, if you want to host your family and do your family get-togethers, you can do without any restrictions, move from place to place without even worrying about anything, as long as maybe you just inform the headman that on such and such a date we are going to host an event like this. The headman will just say, okay, it's fine, go ahead. They won't even restrict you. And also having a rural home, it's more like a retirement plan. Most people, especially those who have got a rural background like me, I know we value more kunzi munhu akanzi afa anofana kundovigwa kumusha. It's something that we do, it's our culture, it's our tradition. So having a rural home, you know that even after you are tired of living in the town, you now want a place where you can just rest, waiting for your time, waiting for God's time. Then the rural will be the perfect place to give you that peace of mind, not worrying about anything. And if the unfortunate happens, maybe to your relative, to whoever who is close to you, you know that you don't have to buy for pekuvi gamuno, like what happens in towns. Ukashaikirwa, you have to buy guva rekuti movie gamuno. In the rural, if you have got a piece of land, you are not only dedicated to this is where we bury our family members, then that's it. That's what we do where I come from. We just have a place where so this is something that you also have to know of. It's also important that you build in the rural as a backup plan. Let's say something unfortunate happens where you are working, you have to know that you've got somewhere gara. life there is very, very affordable. Whatever that you want to eat, whatever that you want to do, it's very, very affordable. You can grow your own food, you can do your projects at any given time. You can have your own water, and it's not only boreholes that work in the rural. You can dig your own well and drink the water from there. That's all the water that we know of, and up to now we are healthy. Any single day takabatwa zvirwere. So these are also some of the things that you have to consider, and take rural land and build your houses in the rural as backup plan. If something unfortunate happens, or maybe you're just tired of living in towns, you can just go there, reset. Maybe you set that house as a vacation home. When you want to rest, you go there and come back in the town. Yeah, like I mentioned, you can do your own projects. You can farm, do market gardening. You can do my projects, embudzi, emombe, and all that. And by so doing, this also creates food security. And this also creates an income for you, and it also creates independence. You know, I'm just independent. I rely on doing my own things. I can do my own things at my own pace. So these are also some things that you have to take note of. And when we are building in the rural, like I mentioned before, it also creates cultural and emotional value. What do I mean by this? You can have like I mentioned, my family gatherings. It also helps by keeping the family roots. You know, when you just have to know Kumusha kwedu, like I think I always come here and brag, guys. I don't even shy to tell you that ndova kwa gutu, and I don't even shy to tell you kuti ini ndakawani kwa chivi. So it gives that it keeps those family roots to know kuti aiwa kwangu ndekwakati, kwandakawani kwandekwakati. And because of that, tinoramba tichitongo kuenda over and over again. We go there to see those who are there. And it also helps in even teaching our children about our heritage. Kutoza zvaidai zvaifamba zvakadai, kunoku tinoita so, and you know, because of that to create that emotional value and that cultural value. So as I'm doing this video, there's a place where I went to that is being sold kwa Gutu. It's someone Arukuda who is thinking of moving from that place, going somewhere else. So that person is selling piece of their land, but I don't think it is selling as such, but yeah, that's what he is doing. So this land, like when I asked that person, he said it's almost a hectare. And if you are someone who loves this piece of land that you are seeing, that I want to show you, then maybe you can consider. If you have someone that you can send there to go and see, maybe I can just give you contact details, then you go and see. This is the rural land. It's very good. There are trees, there are scenic views to Ripo. So let me just show you this footage the time that I visited this place, so that you can see for yourself, and maybe you might consider going there and build your own house there. I don't know. So ndopanotangira land yedu ipapa pamushuku uyu wamuri kuona uyu, tichifamba nayo this left side, then kusvika this right side kune muti wakatangori pachikomapo kwesoko. Okay, sikaregai ningotenderera shoma so that you can see the area. So tiri kuraini kunzi kwamunamati kugona. So pane chikomo ichi chamuri kuona. So these are some of the views that we have. And the area ine matombo zvato. It's perfect and suitable for munhu anenge achida kungoitawo a homestead, a beautiful homestead. So regai ndidzike kwesoko. This is part of the land. kwese kokoko. Okay. Skamugomo unokwidza because half of chikomo icho chinenge iri yako, then the other half inenge iri kuseri. Ko kune muti uyo. Tokwidza hedu nayo tichienza. It's kind of big. So there are schools very close by. We have gone to primary school. And uchifamba netsoka kuenda to the nearest school, I think it's about 1 hour kuti usvike to the nearest school. So vanhu ava vanga vachitongofambawo neroad because yanga iri minda yemunhu yaakutengesa. So to the nearest school, it's about 3 kilometers from this side or even less. So pane chimukonde icho, kune vanoziva chimukonde, chimuti icho chinoita kunge chisina mashizha icho pandakandoendapo. This is where the land kwainoenda ikokoko. Chiuya nekokoko chikwidza chikomo cheshe nachitara nezvachoko. Then from here topinda. This is part of the land. Kune miti kwese ukoko, it's part of the land. Kune chikomo ikokoko, it's part of the land. Saka regai ndidzike hangu. So it's really a beautiful place. If you want to have something beautiful that you can come up with, you can, using all these mountains, using all these rocks. You can create a beautiful landscape. We shamsa all those features that we have. Okay. So the road, unokwanisa kuaccess this place, uchishandisa mota, tukomo utwo. So muri kuona utwo. Chikomo icho chichi. There are beautiful rocks up there. Munogona munyatsoona. There are beautiful rocks. They are very beautiful rocks. Okay, so chibva ikoko taakudzika going this side. So land yedu kunoko inozodividwa manje. Pane parutangira zvimunda izvo zvamuri kuona. This is where the land kwainozoenda nako. Pane chimunda icho chichindo panozoenda land yedu. Like kuti atizoye closer to the other side uko. Atizo closer kuende ikoko. Saka panapa I think chingori chirodi chinochi ndo chinotodimaketa kunoenda land yedu. And this is kwatabva kumusoro. Okay. So kuzasi kunoko manje land yedu inozosvika pane regai ndisvike the end point of land, the side. Okay. Nhasi kune zuva saka ndingosvika kuti whatever chaona ndingofunga kuti nyoka. Because ndiri chakatoita chisango. So from this side manje land yedu inoenda panapa. Pane mushuku wamuri kuona apa. Panouya pachigumira land yedu. Saka kubva pamushuku unoyu tichidzoka kumashure kwandabvoko ndokunogumira land. Saka mushuku unoyu ndori kudivide land this side. Okay. Then from here muri kuona kuside rine fence. Then the side kune mahuswa. Saka road inoyi iri pakati pestand yedu yatiri kuona this land neiyi yakatotengewa nemumwe munhu. Saka let me go with you so that you can see kuti how far tishandisa road inoyi. Saka land yedu iri ku left side. Saka uyu ndoumwe akatotenga uyu akatokavha. Saka tichiuya hedu nekunoko. Land yedu is on the left side. Saka kwese uko kusvika kumusoro uko nemiti yakaita kunge yakareba reba. This is part of the land. So ana reserves. These are reserves. These are not plots. Reserve. But the land is worth it. Anoda zvake, you can come up with so many things that you can do. Just look at this feature that we have here. This is a beautiful view. It's a rock that looks so beautiful.
Kind of a balancing rock. It's a balancing rocks because kunokwa gutwo tinawo ma balancing rocks akawanda. It's part of the land. Okay. So from here, let's move. Saka, there are also other schools that are close by. We've got a school called Marigedze. There's also another school in Zimbabwe. There are also and we also have these mjanje. It's going to see 1 or 2 Msteni Mako. Skabanda kudzokera. So land idaicha then apa ndadzoka patatangira. Ai, akuchikisi. Ishra gekdar. Skapana ndo bana pachina ni wa. Oh, kuno kwa unotangira. Ha, uyu pana balena.
Hapa pana damu kama yana tatizo hapa kutakuwa kwenda kule. Hapa waya maji kitafuta.
Sanzi notangira pana. Pamshuki uyu.
Building in the rural areas is not backward thinking, it's strategic thinking. It's about land legacy and long-term security. If you're someone who has been watching this video, would you build Kumusha or do you prefer town? Maybe you can just tell me in the comment section. So guys, this is all that I had for today and I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. Up until next time, cheers.